We've got a box, and if you watched our last video, we're going to talk about something kind of fun that especially this dude really made out on. So stay tuned, pay attention, come right back. All right, so let's start the video with a quick unboxing from Whatnot. I was doing a stream, gosh, this was a little over a week ago, sold quite a bit of some pops, and one of the cool things you can do on Whatnot is you can raid others when you're done. And what that means is you take your people that are in your stream and you go over to another stream. So I did that, and I went to one of my favorite people to do. It was Aidan out of North Carolina. So I raided them. When you do a raid, you're just, it's kind of fun. But then he also had a pop-up there. They were actually doing an anime stream, but of course I wasn't buying anime. But they had a pop sitting up there that I thought was kind of interesting, that I've actually been looking for. Wanted to find it in the wild, but I will take it this way. And it was a really cool deal. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, I'm going to take it out of the protector because you won't be able to see it. But of course, I'm a kid of the 90s and 2000s. So Forrest Gump, Life was Like a Box of Chocolates pop. Yeah, I've been looking at doing the Forrest Gump ones for a while. Yeah. And I've had it in my hand at different stores. They were selling it in store for $19.99. I got it $13 shipped. So that's a pretty good deal.
You never wanted to do it because it's just a person pop?
Yeah, and now I'm so it'll probably stay in box. Yeah. I mean, even though you look at them and you know who this is, but that's a really good way to do it. But the big reason that we are doing this is when we were over the exchange. If you watched our previous video, go check that out. If not, that's okay. I'll probably post this a day after that one or so. But we ran into somebody who I had bought from Facebook Marketplace, literally out of the back of his car, right? And so we're chit-chatting, and he's like, hey, I got stuff in my car. And by the time we got to looking, he was gone. And I was like, oh, crap. So I came home, checked out Facebook Marketplace, found him, connected with him. I had some pops he was looking for. He had some pops we were looking for. So we did a trade. So this was actually kind of cool. This was our first big trade. So kind of a really cool shout out because Aidan really made out. So I'm going to let him take over and talk about everything he got.
You don't want to show your one?
Okay, I'll show my one. I did because he wanted, I forget the last pop he wanted. Oh, the Ayo Toto pre-release. Yeah. And the pops that he had for trade, I was like, well, you don't really have anything else we do. And I said, you know what? Let's pick up Mega Man. So I traded Mega Man for Ayo Toto. If you noticed, we had a couple Ayo Totos, so that was okay. And I grew up, actually Mega Man is very, hits home with my wife and I. We've been together now 27 years, and every Christmas and sometimes summertime at her grandmother's house, we would all play Mega Man on, was that Genesis? The original Genesis?
Probably Nintendo. I don't know if they were on.
No, it was like you put in I forget, whatever it was. It was the original one, and we would play it like as a big family. Her family was big and huge, and we would play that. So this one kind of hits home, and I've looked at it. I like the pop. Why not? And like you said, it's cool because he's in his jumping pose. So, all right, I'm done.
I guess I'll take over. Don't really know the order I want to go. Let's just do that. The first pop is the Lobo PX Previews. It's another one that I've always looked at but not super wanted. I kind of still wanted the one that's like a little bloody. It literally just has blood splattered on him. That's the only difference. But I'm fine with this one too. It's also really cool.
You've also looked at it for me for so long because Lobo was one of them that I did read. So, yeah, you'd always kind of said something. Every time we'd see it, you go, hey, there's Lobo. And it was like, oh, it ended up being that it was for him, actually, not for me. So I'm looking off camera because my daughter's kitten is playing with one of my props for my photography. Kind of funny. So apologize for that. He's hilarious. I'm going to actually, hang on. We're going to
cut this. Okay.
Everybody say hi to Alfred.
He's done.
He's done. All right, let's see if I can put the camera back in a good spot. And we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
So that's it for that pop. The other one I got is the Red Hood from 2018 Summer Convention. I've always wanted a Red Hood pop. Not always. Like I've wanted one for a little while now. I've been beefing out my Batman area of my collection. There was another Red Hood that I wanted. That's the pop in a box one. I like the head mold on that one a little bit more, but I think I like the body on this one more because he's got his two pistols. So this one's cool as well.
Yeah. And it's funny, we were at the exchange that we previously did in this video. He looked at that Red Hood and it was a little bit out of our budget at that time. And so I said, oh, let's just wait. And lo and behold, the trade came around. So we were able to trade. I think I traded Formal Levi for that. So it was PPG identical.
Yeah.
I forget who I traded for. That's okay. It doesn't really matter.
I don't think they're like exact.
It wasn't an exact
Only
trade,
one of
but
them we knew exactly which one we traded
yeah,
for.
we did. Yeah.
And we'll get to that in a second. Here is also from 2018 Summer Convention. That kind of works out. The Hellboy in suit. Yes. This one, I have not read the Hellboy comics. I've watched the movie once. I really liked it. I'm planning on reading the comics soon. But this is just one that I've looked at a lot because I really love the mold. The huge tentacles in the back. I'm going to take this out of the box, so maybe we'll do a close-up on that. He's got his crown as well and like a little bug guy. Just a really cool mold.
And it's a heavy pop.
It is very heavy.
So we always talk about when everybody gets their mystery boxes and they do the little weight thing, and it's like, it doesn't really count because I think PPG is actually kind of low on this.
Probably like about 20.
I think it's, maybe a $15, $20 pop, but it is heavy.
I'll save him for last.
You gotta go to the big ones.
This one.
All right, before you say it though, we were done with the with the trade.
There was one he said he wanted, but we didn't really have anything to trade for because there was nothing of his we wanted anymore. But there was just another one in his car that like wasn't in the pictures or anything. So here is Zatanna 2020 Spring Convention. $60 pop. I think we made a pretty fair trade on it.
We made a good trade.
We traded the Ratchet and Clank 2-pack, which value is, I think, pretty much exactly the same. Last time I checked, it was 50.
Plus, it was in a protector.
And this is in a hard stack. So this is always one of those that like I looked at and wanted, but I knew like kind of just had to forget about it because it was a little bit out of what I wanted to do for this character. But compared to what we paid for the Ratchet and Clank, I think it was a great trade.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't watch this video.
I mean, value-wise, he's still making it.
And it was something he wanted, which was really part of this whole trade of how it happened was from a pair of collectors to one other collector. Actually, his girlfriend was collector.
Yeah.
That was the reason we did this whole thing, was because it was from collector to collector. He wanted stuff out of ours, and we, of course, wanted his. And that leads us to Aidan's Grail.
The big one. He's been one of my Grails. I'm still kind of upset that I didn't get it back in 2018 when he originally came out. I'm just going to show it so I can talk more about it. The Kratos from God of War. He's one of my biggest Grails. He's about, I want to say, I don't know at time of recording what he is. Last time I checked, he was like a $60, $70 pop. From a game that I absolutely love. I played back in 2018, and I didn't finish it back then because I do this weird thing where if I like something, I'll put it off for a while so I can like savor it over time.
Yep.
So I actually finished this last year, I believe, about like June, July, I want to say. Probably one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah. And I have to give my son big pats on the back because one of the reasons, like with Zatanna and Kratos, is because they have a higher PPG. He doesn't want to buy them because honestly, his guilt kicks in because he's not physically buying them. One of the things we do here, my wife and I, is we don't make our kids get a job because we want them to be kids and enjoy their life. And so we kind of fit the bill for a while because, I mean, they are our kids. Now that he's officially 18, things are going to change, but So I've got a pat on the back, and really, you know, this is what collecting's about: getting something you want. Now we did make a trade. I got rid of a ton of pops, so you know it made up for it. But we did the collector to collector, and then he got what he wanted, and just seeing the joy on his face. That's what this is really about for us. We did double check it that it is a real pop, you know, because there was a part of us that was afraid. $60, $70 PPG. The guy wanted $50 for it, and then by doing a trade, it was like, okay, is it real? But yeah, it was really cool. So
took it out, I inspected it. Even now, it looks about as real as it could be.
Yeah, it scanned work, the whole 9 yards. Which I know there still could be. I don't think this is a pop that's normally faked. But
I mean, even the quality on the pop itself is very that's hard to fake.
Yeah.
So.
But then to us, you know, again, it's about collecting, doing something that we love. We actually ended up, while they were here at the house, we pulled them into my office and showed off my personal collection, and they were just in awe of it. And he was like, hey, I got some more over there. He was picking out some others that he wants to buy or trade for. So we'll see. But yeah, pretty cool video. So don't sleep on Facebook Marketplace, because you might find what you're looking for. And as I was taught growing up, the worst anybody could say is no. So check it out. Ask them if they're open to trades. If you've got something that you don't want, maybe that's something they do. You know, as somebody who's been starting to really resell for the past 3 to 6 months, I'm what I think people are going to want. They actually pull other things, you know, so it's kind of crazy how that works. But Aidan got his Grails. I mean, pretty cool Grails. He made out.
One of my biggest Grails ever. I actually don't know what the next one would be. Yeah. Because it's one that I didn't even. My Grails are kind of in a range of 40 to 60 of what I can feasibly get.
Joel is
the big Grail, yes, but I can understand it's going to be a while. I'm kind of just waiting on the price to go way down, and that's actually one that I'd like to get personally through when I get my job eventually.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. We hope you enjoyed this video. Drop a comment below. Let's pull them all up on the table and show off what we got again. We would love for you to comment below on your favorites from our trade that we did. So pick one of these, comment below. They are not for sale. These are for personal collection. This one might, but yeah, you know. So thank you so much for watching. We're going to have more content coming out here briefly. We did take a little hiatus, but looking back over there, we've got a whole bunch of boxes to unload, and we've got pre-orders coming in. So thank you so much for watching. That is Aidan. I am Dan. Have a great day, and God bless.
Alfred.
Dude, he tears that.
I know. It's so funny.